Interchurch Center. We're here today to give you an overview of the show that's currently hanging here, which is called Inside Out. And we're going to start with just an introduction to the building because I want to give people a chance to sign on. The Interchurch Center is a 19-story nonprofit office tower in Manhattan on the Upper West Side. We're standing here at the 61 Claremont Avenue entrance, and we're going to go from here to the north hallway to look at some artwork. This building was dedicated in 1960, and at the time that the cornerstone was laid, the then President Eisenhower came to this ceremony. The original mission of the building was to bring together various groups of interfaith, different religions, to work together to improve their communities. And that's continued to be the mission of the building, although the population has really changed. The tendency here now is a really diverse array of organizations, both religious and non-religious, that all work to create improvements in their various communities. This year marks the 60th anniversary of the building, so it's a big milestone for everyone here. And among the amazing things that are written into the mission of the building is the opportunity for everyone employed here to have access to culture. So aside from the art show, which we're going to look at today, I also just wanted to let people know that there is an amazing free music series here at the Interchurch Center, which is recorded in the amazing chapel. And that is called Noonday Virtual Concert Series, which is posted to YouTube every Wednesday. And it's really worth a listen. There's some amazing, amazing musicians performing there. So now we're going to take a little walk to the north corridor here, and we're going to see some of the work in the show. We're going to begin with photographer Lisa Ramsay. I'm going to come around the corner here. Lisa is a professional commercial photographer who's been working in the city for more than 20 years. She also continues to do fine art work alongside her commercial work. And what we have here are two images that Lisa gave me some of the backstory for. The woman in these photographs is Lisa's godmother, and Lisa took these images several years after her godmother had lost her husband. They had a long 40-year relationship, and really what's happening in these images is you can feel the sense of loss and what it means for the person who's left behind after the loss of a partner. The fact that very regular daily events like dinner or making the bed are forever altered. And it's not that life is over, but it is that there may be a lingering sense of wanting to look back and looking back.
Does this photographer only take pictures here?
Lisa takes a wide array of photographs. When she's doing her commercial work, she has a special focus on fashion and beauty. But when she's working on her fine art pieces, she really takes photographs in a wide array of settings, sometimes including the figure and sometimes not. She has a very diverse body of work. We're going to now continue down the hallway a little bit here, and we're going to pass by the chapel where the noonday concerts are recorded. And we're going to stop next and look at work by Steve Hill. Steve Hill is a longtime Hell's Kitchen resident. He's been photographing New York City for more than 30 years. He has a really, really large body of work, and among the topics, a lot of street photography. So we're going to pass by, this is accessorized, and we're going to take a look now at Ballet on Canal. And I'm going to read for you a caption that Steve shares with us. For the New Bridges Ballet, point is their natural state. Bringing classical ballet to the streets of New York, the natural grace, paired against the Soho graffiti, mirrors the balance and grit and elegance that New York City offers. Now we're going to stop here at this photograph, which is called Nomad Kids, and I'll share another caption with you. Life on the streets can create distrust in the world. At first, these transient kids were aggressive. But with a little time, conversation, and beer money, they softened. Unlikely friendships between dog and rat and photographer and kids is beauty built out of a bit of understanding. Steve's photographs have been published worldwide in an array of publications, and his images of New York City are filled with a profound love and respect for the people and places of this ever-changing city.
Steve is currently watching. He says, yay.
Hi, Steve. This is another of Steve's photographs, Schoolgirl Reflections. You can see we're going to focus on two pieces mainly from each artist, but we will let you see the other work. And I'd really like to encourage everyone to come and visit. You're welcome to visit the show in person, just no groups larger than 25. You must wear a mask, and you will be asked to have your temperature checked at the security. But other than that, here we are at the work of Maria de Los Angeles. Maria is a New York City-based artist who was born in Mexico and grew up in California. We're going to come by these first two vitrines, which are full of beautiful work, of course. And we're going to focus on these two. And I would like to read a little bit to you from Maria's statement. I create narratives through drawing and painting, both from observation, memory, and imagination. My techniques range depending on the media being used. Watercolor and ink drawings are my favorite, and it does not matter if they are done on paper, canvas, or in the format of a dress. My personal history plays a decisive role in my work. As an undocumented immigrant, I learned to navigate a new culture and a new language. One of my projects right now is focused on visually questioning the idea of American citizenship, our responsibility to the environment, and stereotypes of the immigrant community, specifically of undocumented peoples. And in the middle of this case, you can see this is a monotype on paper, and it is called Undocumented Heart. The various drawings that are surrounding this print are part of a larger series of drawings called Migration Story. So it's mixed media on paper for those. Then we'll step down and take a look here. This is Maria again. This is a painting, acrylic on canvas called Indigo, and I just want to read one more bit. Migrating is both a physical experience and a psychological one, and in my drawings and paintings, these two sides are displaced and juxtaposed. Framing devices, such as thought bubbles, multiple frames, and scale, structure the dual relationship of physical and imagined space. I want to capture the contemporary life of individuals, creating images that are a type of social commentary on larger issues, such as immigration, politics, and ethical dilemmas.
Bob says he loves the format of talking, walking through an exhibit, and listening to a talk. He loves the monotypes and drawings.
Thank you, Bob. My friend Bob Buzash, I guess. Now we're going to have to make a little journey around the hall here to get to the south hallway where we're going to see some more work. And as we go, I will give you a couple of fun facts. Here's one. Did you know that the Interchurch building is so big it has its own zip code? The zip code here is 100115. So you can send us a postcard.
A whole city block, right?
A whole city block. As we go by here, we're passing by the Riverside Drive entrance. This is 475 Riverside Drive, and you can see a beautiful Riverside Park across the street there. And it's a gorgeous day. And we're also going to now pass by occupy the treasure room, which is our other gallery space, which normally we would have open and have more to show here, but due to regulations around the virus at this point and for the time being, it's going to remain locked. And now we'll step this way. We have a painting here from Alexis Duque, and this is called Hive. We're just going to take a look at it. We're not going to pause too long here because we're going to look at more of Alexis' work a little down the line.
The detail is amazing.
It is really incredible, right?
It's beautiful. All of the art is amazing.
Now we're going to pause here at the work of Ryan Bonilla. Ryan is a multimedia artist who was born in the Philippines. Ryan has a style of his work that really reflects the culture and freedom of his own way of living. He was deeply involved in New York City downtown scene as a teenager, and he was influenced by art, skate, street, and fashion cultures in New York City. He was previously a sponsored snowboarder and skateboarder who has traveled the globe, and he later transitioned into a career in fashion and art. This piece is called Looking Forward, I should say. This piece is called American Dream, and it's made up of about 100 Polaroid photographs, which were taken over the course of about 2 years. And I can tell you just from watching Ryan print, one of the amazing things is that Ryan has a portable way of printing, so he can really sort of create this kind of installation anywhere he goes. Ryan's work has been publicized by Elle, Playboy, GQ, and various magazines. His work was showcased at Art Basel, the Museum of Art and Design, and private collectors. He spends his time skating, traveling, and creating. He currently resides in New York and Jersey City.
Those remind me of pop culture.
Yeah, you're right. This is Elaine, who's running the camera for us. You're gonna have to see her later. She's gonna have to introduce herself. This is a photograph called Sean. And now we're going to step down the hallway just a little bit further, and we're going to see some more paintings by Alexis Duque. Alexis is originally from Colombia. He's been working and showing in New York City for many, many years. He exhibits widely. We have these to pass by too. Steve Hill has another photograph here. This is called 9th Avenue Food Festival. And we have some more work from Lisa Ramsay. These are untitled.
Forgive us, guys. The glare doesn't do it justice, but if you come in person, trust me, it's all amazing.
We have work from two distinct series here from Alexis. This piece is called Guardian. We're going to take a little bit more of a pause on the last two. This piece is called Whole. And I just want to read a little bit from Alexis's statement. Imaginatively charting the psychological experience of space, Alexis Duque produces paintings and sculptures of buildings and domestic interiors stacked and conglomerated into trippy, absurd mounds and towers. His compositions are highly organized, detailed, and meticulously architectural. Homes, in this piece specifically too. Homes, living rooms, train tracks, and alleys as a mass on the verge of collapsing into itself like a black hole.
Wow.
And this is acrylic on canvas.
Bob says, wow.
This piece is called The Keeper. It is also acrylic on canvas. And it's from another series that's more fixated on portraits and landscapes. This series of portraits and landscapes are intricately filled with images of dense jungles and paradise-like scenarios, combined with images that reference the vast influence of Western consumer society, as well as the magic and sacredness of the natural world. And it is really amazing to go to Alexis's studio. I've had the opportunity to see him working on larger pieces, and it's fascinating to see. Okay, I guess, are there any questions? I suppose we could take questions if there are any questions.
We have a lot of comments. People are loving the art. We appreciate your support. Paula said, it looks like a living tree.
It does, right, yeah. I like the idea of the keeper as if maybe the nature's looking out for us, we could hope.
Christine Dell says, Steve totally captured the 9th Avenue Food Festival. Great picture.
Yeah.
We had another comment about that one by our CEO and director, Paula M. Mayo. I love 9th Avenue Food Festival. Is that this one? Yeah. Sorry for the glare, everyone.
It's hard.
Bob says, I have a question. Can you discuss the Inside Out theme in reference to the artists?
Sure, yes I can. I think when I started looking at this work and thinking about what we were going to hang, because we'd all been through kind of a unexpected and long period of isolation, I really was thinking about the various ways that something could be inside out. What does it mean to be inside out? I mean, there is just the idea of having been inside and going outside. There's also the idea of taking something like Alexis Duque's work, which is deeply interior visions, and bringing them out. Aspects of Steve Hill's photography, including just being out in the street and seeing people going, living their lives and with all their quirks and their individuality. In the case of Ryan Bonilla's work, being outside and actually producing work, which he does do, as well as a lot of exterior and emotional images that Ryan produces. In the case of Maria de Los Angeles, I feel, again, more of that emotional interior story and bringing that from the inside to the outside. And in the case of Lisa Ramsay, we have worked from 2 individual series for her, so the photographs of her godmother really expose that kind of hidden loneliness that people experiencing loss go through. That's usually very interior, and bringing that out. And her nude series, which also is another kind of inside out, something that would not normally be exposed, but that has been exposed. I think in different ways, each of these artists, their work is addressing that theme, and so it seemed, although it's a very diverse group of work, to be sure, I feel like that sense of inside out is there in all of the work.
One more question.
Sure.
Paula Mayo asks, how long did it take to do the flower pieces?
The flower pieces.
Is that Alexis?
Oh, or could it be, or Paula, do you mean Alexis or Maria de Los Angeles? Because she has the flowers in her, but that's just one painting. I know that Alexis Duque works on his paintings for a long time. They're very meticulous, And I'm pretty sure he can take up to a couple of months working on even the small canvases. And the same for Maria, actually, because she really builds layers. It's very interesting to be in Maria's studio and see a painting in process. You can see all the kind of drawing that's going on underneath and the layering of color and form. So I think probably in both cases it's months of work in either of those two.
Yes, Paula was referring to Alexis.
Okay.
Gabriel Valentin asks, do the artists sell prints?
Some do, yes, they do. And if you are interested in seeing more about the work, you should definitely come to the website. And I believe, Elaine, don't we have the websites are listed also on the website, right? I think each artist website is listed on our website, which is interchurchcenter.org, interchurch-center.org, for more information. And you can all see I'm here on Facebook. You can feel free to friend me and message me directly if you want more information from me. I'm happy to answer any questions, so don't be shy. Feel free to reach out.
Paula asks, is any of the work for sale?
Most of the work is for sale, yes. And there is a price list available as well. So if you would like to if you'd like to get information about pricing, and if you're interested in any of these images, please do reach out.
Should I introduce myself?
Yes, I want everyone to meet Elaine, who's been incredibly supportive and really made all this happen, because I'm not a tech person, so could not be here. Are you?
Hi, everyone. My name is Elaine Bermudez. I'm an office assistant here at the Interchurch Center.
And a wizard.
Yes.
Is that it? I think maybe, so I guess maybe that concludes our brief tour of Inside Out. And I really want to encourage people to come in person. I mean, message me. If I'm not normally here, I'll come and meet you here. You can get a cup of coffee downstairs and visit beautiful Riverside Park while you're here, and just come and see the art, and always support your local artists. And I hope to see you here. Thanks for tuning in.